Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Oh Lord, they know trouble so hard. Oh Lord, they know trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Yes, I went down the other day. My soul was happy with the shit on me. I went down the other day. My soul was happy with the shit on me. Oh Lord, and now trouble so hard. Oh Lord, and now trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. And I went up that hill again today. My soul was happy, could have stayed all day. But I went to my room and did stay long. Looked at the bed and my brother was there. Oh Lord, you know trouble so hard. Oh Lord, you know trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God.
Wake up and get down, Eagle. Houston, tranquility base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breaching again. Thanks a lot.
Oh Lord, they know trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God.
Well, we are indeed back again. Who'd have thought it, right? But of course, I did say yesterday Sunday, that I would be back either Monday or Tuesday. And I thought Tuesday evening, but I will be probably busy later. So, given that I've got time now, we are indeed here, now, live, back again from the rolling hills of Murrayshire in the northeast of bonnie Scotland. So, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you may be in this mad, completely insane world that we live in. If you didn't know already, yeah, it's crazy. Let's put it that way, right? Sometimes, yeah, a lot of people they don't know the half of it. Put it that way, and they're fast asleep. So fast asleep, they're practically the Walking Dead. Talk about a zombie apocalypse, right? Yeah, I think we might be in that. We're in it already. Let me quickly say hello this afternoon, right? Who have we got in the hood? Neil, I see our brother Neil in the hood. Good to see you back again. Today, we're going to get into a wee bit of the sun flare situation. And yeah, I mean, like most things that we cover, we end up back at the Masonic orders, or the Rosicrucian orders, if you like. And no surprise that we're going to be back there again today, right? Shock horror. So good to see Neil in the hood. I see Wendy as well. Wendy B. Great to see you back again in the hood this afternoon. Rich, yep, a dog named Boo. Great to see you. You're going to catch the replay. Well, that's great. I see Steve as well. Might have to go. So I'm sure someone will defend the fort in the moderation side of things, if you like. But it's great to see Steve. Where did I see Steve? But it's good to see a dog named Boo as well, a regular, a long-term Dave as well, over in Netherlands, right? Yeah, great to see you back again. Is that a fish you've caught there? Is that what is that, carp? Is it called carp? I'm unsure. I'm not a big fan even of fishing. It's not, I mean, I do enjoy being outdoors, but it's not really for me, to be honest. I do know people who they're big into their fishing, which is great, and they really enjoy it. I would um certainly respect people who enjoy it, but it's not really for me, to be honest. I'd rather be out walking about, and leaving the wee poor fishes alone. Leave them alone, right? They've done nothing. But of course, if you eat them, that's fine. A lot of people, they just catch and put them back, which is, yeah, I guess that's fine, right? I'm sure the fish will be all right. But yeah, good to see Dave. And where did I see Steve is here? He's here in the hood, man in the fort, right? Good to see Steve back again. Steve's a great moderator in about 100 YouTube channels. Honestly, I kid you not. The guy's great. He does he does great in terms of moderating, and he's that good at moderating. Creators will say to other creators, "Look, you want to get Steve as your mod because he knows the score, right?" So it's good to have people like Steve. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful to have everyone. I noticed as well another long-term subscriber, Aaron Lyons, or is it Aaron? I think we're going to go with Aaron, right? I can't remember. Is it Aaron? I always get them mixed up. I think it might be Aaron. Mr. Lyons, right? We'll go with that. Good to see you back in the hood. Yeah, I hear you there, right? Yeah, like the people I just mentioned that are completely fast asleep. Sometimes I'm a bit envious, jealous, maybe, but of course you could never ever go back to being flat out asleep, right? Because once you see, there's many things, but once you see them, you don't unsee it. You don't go back. You keep going, and you keep trying to expose if you can, right? At the same time, you've got to try and look after yourself, look after your well-being and your future, your family. You've got to have priorities as well. So it's good to see quite a few folk in. We're a lot earlier than previously thought, I guess. A victim of the syndrome now. We've covered it that much. We've turned into the syndrome itself. Yeah, I think it has been a while since we've seen Wendy. So it's a pleasure to have you this afternoon, with it now being 10 past the hour here in bonnie Scotland. A bit cloudy again today. For the past 2 weeks, we've only had about one clear day. And I'm just scratching my head here as to why, right? What could possibly have been going on in our skies to create such cloud blanket? This blanket of cloud that always hangs over these densely populated areas. I guess it's totally natural, right? Yeah, let's go with that. We might get into spraying again some point soon. And NASA. I mean, we'll mention NASA again today, but oh man, they crack me up. There was I can't remember what it was. I think it was a satellite or some instrument, and it needed updated from Windows 98 or something like that. It had been running on Windows 98. It'd been running on that forever, and it was totally fine. It was good. It was totally working still, but it got updated. Like Johnny Five, right? Is alive, sure. Anyway, let me see if I can work this. Great to see everyone in the chat tonight. I mean, NASA, do they? If you don't laugh, you'll cry when when it comes to NASA. Honestly, they're unbelievably deceitful and deceive us at every turn and corner. It is unbelievable, honestly. We're going to get into the slides now. Let me see if I can work it. Here we go. We're good to go. I think we're good to go. Yeah, we'll try our best. A dog named Taboo. Hopefully you can catch it later on. Right, let me get the screen clear, get rid of me, and then we should be rolling. In fact, what do people think about sun flares in general? What's people's sort of thoughts on it? Is there anyone here in the chat who has actually seen the aurora? I think I've seen it in the past. Sort of strange lights in the sky. Where I stay, it is visible. A lot of people have seen it. It's quite common. I think it's been noticeable since the beginning of time, to be honest. But again, it feels like one of these things that happens that the hidden hand or the agenda capitalize on and use for their own gain, at least from what I've seen. And anyone who's followed the channel since the beginning, you'll know that we've covered sun flares quite a few times now. And I always kind of feel suspicious about them. I really do. And we'll expand on that a wee bit more, right? With me being me, of course. So let me quickly get rid of me from the screen, see if I can get going. Now, I was going to do this yesterday, but I never got the time, right? There's not enough hours in the day. The days are getting shorter. They are now, probably, actually, but there's just not. So we do it today, right? We battle today. And I noticed this came out in the Independent yesterday. So the 18th, right, of July 2022. Solar storm about to strike Earth in a direct hit. Boom. GPS, radio signals, and satellites could be disrupted despite the storm being minor. Despite it being minor. But they're clearly making a big deal of it, right? A solar storm is predicted to hit Earth tomorrow, which is today, that could disrupt GPS and radio signals. The impact of a, quote, snake-like filament, close quote, from the sun, which NASA predicts will happen on July 19th, will be a, quote, direct hit, close quote. According to Dr. Shikov, adding that we should, quote, expect signal disruptions on Earth's night side, close quote. It is also possible that aurora might be visible in some regions of this so-called Earth. So, NASA, all hail the weather experts at NASA, right? Where would we be without them? NASA have came out and said, yeah, I think somebody observed it in a snake-like filament from the sun is now heading towards Earth in what they are calling a direct hit on Earth's night side. And they're expecting disruption from it, even though they said it was minor. However, It is possible that the storm could also come later this week. Huh? I thought they tracked it and followed it. The G1 class storm, interesting, which is, quote, minor, close quote, but could impact satellite operations, could strike the Earth on 20 or the 21st of July, according to Space Weather. Space what? Space Weather. Yeah. I wonder if space experiences climate change. It probably does, right? Let's not go there. So they've seen this snake or filament from the sun, and they basically track it. I mean, what can they not track today? But they're unsure. It might hit today. It might hit tomorrow or the next day. I thought they were tracking it, but maybe they're not, right? I mean, you would think they would know, but maybe it's going to hit and then be over a period of time, and that is if it does hit the Earth. I mean, of all the places it could go, right? The origins of the storm come from a coronal mass ejection, a release of plasma and magnetic energy, which leapt from the sun on the 15th of July by an unstable filament of magnetism. Yeah, let's go with that. These eruptions are capable of releasing 100,000 times more energy than all the power plants on the Earth generate throughout a year. So that sounds quite powerful, right? Yeah, I'm surprised they're not trying to convert that into some sort of weapon that they can use on us, right? Well, maybe they are actually, in a way. So it could hit either today, which by the sounds of it, probably tonight. Going by what they're saying, at least by that. These storms come from the sun. Sorry, these storms come as the sun is in the active phase of its 11-year long solar cycle, which incidents like these expect to increase in frequency. So we're expecting more, right? And this is, quote, minor. Over the weekend, an enormous structure of plasma and magnetic field, known as a prominence, we'll go with that, broke away from the sun. And it's going to directly hit the Earth on, well, the first date at least that they go with is July the 19th, which is indeed today. Dun, dun, dun. What you going to do, right? Run to the hills. So, they reckon it could take out satellites, possibly the internet. That got mentioned in the article as well, which I don't think I put in. But with that said, in true sort of that's life but not as we know it fashion, we're going to have a quick look at July the 19th, right? Just a random date, of course. So if I can work the screen sharing capability, we should be good to go. All right. So what we're going to do now is go to on the day of July the 19th. Now, I'm hoping it's working. Need to double check that we are actually working and good to go. I never even done a sound check. So hopefully the sound's all right. I think we're good to go, right? On to July the 19th. Yeah, we're cooking, we're rolling. At least on my end, right? And the mic's plugged in. Ah, man. I done a live the other day for about 15 minutes. I never even had the mic on. I'm blaming the head knock. We're going with that. So we're jumping now to this date, July the 19th, which is the date that it's going to hit, seemingly. And look at that, the first, way back to the year 64. You've got Circus Maximus in Rome catches fire. I wonder if that was by accident. I doubt it, to be honest. Anyone remember that? Anyone in the chat recall that and back in 64? What, 1964? Not quite, right? I mean, how do they know this? Unreal. But they've pinned that to a date, which is July the 19th, year 64. I think Frank might have been about then. He can let us know, right? Of course, I'm only joking. Frank's not that old, but you would think it with the knowledge, which is great, right? But of course, this date, I don't think it's a random date. I really don't. It won't be. Not going by all the events that have happened, especially different battles and sort of war-related stuff. Historical events that have happened. Ruler 1324. Let me see if I can highlight. Ruler of the Mali Empire arrives in Cairo on his way to Mecca with a procession of 600,000 men, 12,000 slaves, and 80 camels carrying 160 kilograms, 300 pounds of gold each. I don't think anyone would have been tempted to rob that, right? 600,000 men. Wow. I mean, what a sight that would be to be traveling. Kind of blows the mind, at least mine anyway, my wee mind, thinking about that. I mean, that is some entourage, that, right? On the way to Mecca. And then arrived there 1324, July the 19th. I see my good friend Justine is in the hood. A pleasure to see you back again. Speaking of coffee, we're on coffee here, and the sound is great. So we're good to go. Thank you for that, Justine. But these dates, honestly, they're not a random. It's not just a random date. It really isn't. And you can tell just by looking through history. 1510, 38 Jews are burned at stake in Berlin. Perugia, is it? 1524, Peasants' War begins in Germany, Black Forest. The Catholic Church, Catholic German monarchy, 1525. Italian War. 1544. But it's the Italian War of 1542, which is, yeah. King Henry VIII. His ship, Mary Rose, sinks at Portsmouth, 73 die. I wonder if that was an accident. I wonder what the situation was there, right? Anyone recall that one? Some character, Henry VIII, fucking hell. I mean, wow. Let me just grab something. I mean, these royals, especially the UK. Oh man, when you look into their character, the sort of people that they were, horrendous people, so bad. And Henry VIII, he's a prime example. I don't think he's a guy that you would get on with, put it that way. But again, yeah, July the 19th. I want to take you to a specific date if I can find it. Here we go. 1595. I mean, it's endless, the amount of things that happen on this day. I don't think July the 19th is one that we've covered before, but we've covered quite a few dates that stand out in terms of what's happened in the past. And I mean, it could potentially be a sort of insight as to what might happen again on a certain date. And we're going now to 1595, right? And we're going to, is it Johannes Kepler? Anyone know of this guy? Astronomer Johannes Kepler has an epiphany and develops his theory of the geometrical basis of the universe while teaching in Graz. It just came to him. He had an epiphany. This is how it works. This is how everything works in the universe. I've sussed it out. So we're quite lucky to have this guy, right? And I mean, look at the photo. Can we... are we still going? Yeah. I thought we had stopped there, but it was me being an idiot, so it's all right. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much as Masonic as they come, the photo of this guy. So again, the 19th of June, right? This is the date they've put down for this guy's epiphany, which solved the geometrical basis of the universe. Wow. I wonder what he had been smoking that day, right? Let's not go there. So we're going to expand on it a wee bit because it's all connected. In my opinion, it's all connected, definitely. So now we're going to jump back to the slides, right? And again, yeah, there's the photo expanded, if you like. Strange looking character, right? And that's coming from me. But we're going to expand on it a bit if we can. I'm hoping not to go too long today, but time will tell. Has anyone read this book here? Invisible History of the Rosicrucians. I think Frank probably has read it. Knowing Frank, right? But I've not read it. But I mean, even before anything that I've seen in regards to Kepler, I could have probably predicted there would be certain connections. And of course there is, right? Yeah, the moustache cracked me up as well. Yeah, I don't fancy having one of them, to be honest. He looks like he might get stuck in doorways. Can't get in. But no. But there you go. I guess that was the times, right? The fashion. So the invisible... Is it? Yeah. I'm going to have to make this bigger. The invisible history of the Rosicrucians. I want to expand on this, right? There's a few bits we're going to cover. It's not going to take too long, I don't think. But it is me, so you have to bear with me. A pleasure to have everyone again in the chat. I'll try my best to keep an eye on it, the chat, but I'll have to make this full screen. So to expand on this book here, the world's most mysterious secret society. Yeah. Now, we've touched on these guys quite a few times in the past. And they are connected to everything Masonic. They're always there or thereabouts. A bit like the Rockefeller entity. Starting at the beginnings in Germany in 1603, Charton unveils the truth behind the complex story that underlines the Rosicrucian movement. He explains its purpose, the motives of its earliest creators, and the manifestos. Quote, accidentally, close quote, published in the 17th century that emerged at precisely the time when modern science was emerging. Now, even on just that, I thought that was, all rather fitting, right? Just coinciding with the sort of rise in modern science. And this manifesto was accidentally leaked. I don't think it would have been accidentally leaked, to be honest. But I'm unsure. My guess is that it wasn't by accident. And we do know how they kind of tell us basically how it is. The truth's there if you want to see it. If you don't, you won't. If you look, it's there. It's probably right in front of our faces all the time. And it is, because we see it. We know the signs, we know the symbols, we know what to look out for. Not only that, we know it that well that we feel it when we see it. It's instinct. It becomes instinct. It's almost like you put the sunglasses on from They Live, and then you see it for what it is. And of course, there's no taking them off, right? And if you've not seen the movie They Live, you're going to want to check it out. So, in this book, he details the people who influenced its development, including Johannes Kepler, Robert Flood and Sir Francis Bacon, and the ties between the Rosicrucians, Freemasons, and Templars. Yeah, I bet he did. Because they're all pretty much the same thing, let's face it. When you get right down to it, they're all branches of the very same tree. The trunk, the tree of the hidden hand, if you like. With the hidden hand at the trunk. You can imagine it, right? Extending out. If I was any good at drawing, I could draw it. But hey, when it comes to drawing in artistic sense like that, let's not go there. You would think a 5-year-old had drew it. Honestly, I think my daughter's a better artist than me. At least at drawing, right? Which is fine. My wife's really good at it, so she can do that, right? So yeah, Kepler, Flood, and Francis Bacon. We're not looking at Flood or Bacon today. Does anyone know of them? Does anyone know about the guy Francis Bacon? Sir Francis Bacon? Or Robert Flood? You can let me know. He also shows how Rosicrucianism shaped the mythology and spiritual consciousness of both North and South America, and reveals that there are many Rosicrucian fraternities still active throughout the world today. Yeah, I bet there are. Big time. More than probably even I could imagine. And its roots go deep, way back, way back. And I mean, they're talking about dates like the 16th century, the 17th century. But somehow today, it's basically the same orders that control the world that we're in. And that is the hidden hand, of course, because the people that were alive then, they're not alive today. But the same hidden hand controls the world since basically, in my opinion, sliced bread. Going way back. How far back? Probably to the beginning of time. Whenever that was. Let's not go there, right? When was the beginning of time? Yeah, that would be a good one to get into, actually. So they shaped the consciousness of North and South America. That I can believe. I find that quite interesting. I think in that book, does anyone know who the black and white picture is? Is it Aristotle? I'm unsure. Maybe it's not. I can't read the writing, but you will see. I mean, it's as Masonic as they come. It really is. I mean, you don't get more Masonic than that. Than that artist's drawing, black and white drawing. You've even got the checkered Masonic floor. You've got all the Masonic tools everywhere. You've got the Masonic gestures as well. You don't get more Masonic than that. But I noticed as well that Elon Musk, you'll see there's a tweet there where he's got basically Alexander the Great, Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates. It's like they're all feeding each other. They're all connected. But for me, that's pretty much saying they all suck from the same teat. And they're all pretty much the one. Like I said, no matter who or what or when, the agenda carries on. And how that manages to be, I'm unsure, but it does. It continues. People pick up the secret mysteries, if you like, and they will run with it. There likely is some kind of power behind it. So that would be probably why entities like these families, they seek this knowledge to then further their control of the world. I mean, some people think they're in search of this knowledge. They might already have it. True reality, in my opinion, we don't even know the half of it. Like someone who's fast asleep, basically. And yeah, Elon Musk, another interesting character. We're going to get back into him in the future. I want to take you now to this article here. This is from 2019, and it's a great article. The Occult Roots of Science, Isaac Newton, The Secret Mission of Freemasonry, Elias Ashmole and the Chain of Transmission, What Really Happens in Alchemy. Is it? Yeah, we'll go with that. So 2019, I think, is the date that I got from it. Copernicus, is it Copernicus? We'll go with that. Copernicus acknowledged that his ideas came from reading texts from the ancient world, and when Kepler formulated his theories, he was conscious of the ancient wisdom working through him. In the foreword to his 5th volume of Harmonices Mundi, 1619, he wrote, quote, "Yes, I have stolen the golden vessels of the Egyptians to build a shrine even to my God," close quote. Interesting thing to say that, right? For a guy who was a astronomer. I mean, did he really steal this, or is it more a code? Is it more of a code? Or did he steal the golden vessels of the Egyptians to build a shrine to his God? Quote, "my God." I wonder who Kepler's God was. I'd imagine quite high up in the order, Kepler, the Rosicrucian order at the time. Now, I think in Freemasonry, from what I can gather, and well, going by what pretty much the godfather of Freemasonry says, Albert Pike, if you go by his book, Morals and Dogma, I think once you reach, is it level or degree 19 in Freemasonry, a certain level, you then worship Satan. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. So if you want to look it up, in fact, I'd advise that's a book that people read, because it's one that I certainly do read. Well, I put it on audiobook. I've shared it in my Telegram group. You'll find it in there if you search for it. Albert Pike, Morals and Dogma. It's a long listen or read, but it's going to be worth your time if this sort of thing interests you. Right? If you like to try and get to the roots of stuff as well. I think we're all quite, what's the word? Curious, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's right to ask questions. And they do say even that curiosity killed the cat, but a cat's got 9 lives, so we're all good, right? So an interesting quote from, is it Harmonices Mundi? I think this guy Kepler wrote 3 books, which we're likely going to get into in the future, because this is going to be part 1 of a series of live streams where we're going to look at what they call the basics or the basis of the universe. And yeah, that's going to be quite interesting, right? It should be a laugh anyway, so look out for more to come. But we're going to stick with it. You'll see I've got some fancy slides today. I spent a bit more time on them, but I don't know. It just takes up more time. Usually it's just the writing, but I tried to put like a background, right? So I am trying. I'm trying my best to make it look as good as it can, right? So we're going to expand on Kepler a bit more. Kepler was a lifelong friend of Richard Bishold. He worked closely with Valentine André and is often thought to have been his collaborator on the Rosicrucian manifestos. Yeah. Good old Kepler or Kepler. We are not worthy, right? A collaborator on the writing of these manifestos. Anyone know about the Rosicrucian manifestos? Is there anyone here who has heard of them or came across them? Let me quickly jump in the chat. Yeah, I'm a expert even at pronunciation. Oh man, let's not go there, right? I try my best, so you've got to cut me a bit of slack, right? He tries at least. But there you go. What can you do? So yeah, the Rosicrucian manifestos. Like I said, this is going to be the first of many that we're going to touch on. Mainly the basis of the universe, the workings of planets, the people behind the theories, and of course the orders like the Rosicrucians, the Free Masonic orders, the Golden Dawn, good old Aleister Crowley's order. I think they got a mention today. Shock horror, right? Good to see Justine and Jacqueline as well. In the hood, good to see you back again. Great stuff. But if I'm being honest, and Ragnar as well, my Irish brother, great to see you back again. And Amini Mummy, great to see you back again. A pleasure to have you. Got you on in the background, right? Busy, keeping busy, I hope. A pleasure to hear from you again, my good friend, who I met before. That was great. Atlantis Rising podcast. There you go. Back again. Fantastic. Ah, yeah, now that is interesting, right? Yeah, I bet you did. Yeah. And they're all connected. They're all buddies, right? All part of the same lodge. Looking out for us. It's all for our benefit. Anything that comes out of it. I'm not so sure, to be honest. But yeah, great sharing that. Atlantis, that could be something again that we could bring up in the future. Fantastic. So, the Rosicrucian manifestos. This is one that we're definitely going to be getting into. I'm going to see if I can. I think there's 3 of them, if I remember correctly. They were translated into English, which I never like. I mean, if I could, I'd always like to read the original, but I probably wouldn't understand one word in the original. It's probably in Greek or Latin. So it would have to be the English version. And what I'm going to do is we're going to get our hands on it and we're going to have a look at it, right? That'll mainly be in part 2 when we get into that, possibly next week. But I want to take you to Freemasonry Matters. Ah, man. Like Black Lives Matter. Like that. Like all lives matter or whatever it may be. Freemasonry Matters. I mean, yeah. That cracked me up. So this came out 3 years ago. Rosicrucian manifestos produced in modern English in the early... Let me sort this out. In the early 17th century, 3 documents were published which came to be known as the Rosicrucian manifestos. Again, 3 documents. Yeah. Let me see. For some reason, there we go. So, these books promoted the reformation of mankind and spirituality and professed to reveal a herforot. That's another one I can't say. Unknown, quote, secret society based upon the teachings and discoveries of a man referred to as Christian Rosicrucians. Rosencreutz. We'll go with that. Christian Rosencreutz. Now, a lot of people connect this guy to the Georgia Guidestones, and I can kind of see why. But simply coming out and saying, look, it was the Rosicrucians that done it, I don't think that's good enough. I mean, what is shaking? I've got something rattling here. Is it my stool? I think that's it. I hate wee noises. So this has been drawn to the guidestones, and I can't see why. I mean, the Rockefellers will be a big part of the Rosicrucian order. There's no doubt about it. But like it even said, like they even said themselves, it's like Justine said, it's a fiction. They're calling it a fictional name. It's not it's a pseudonym. It's not the actual character. The actual character is the guy that I'm wanting to pin, and that I feel that I did pin, and that is Lawrence Spellman Rockefeller. He's the name. He's the guy who paid it. He's the man that the only two people who met the person. He's the man that they met, in my opinion. Saying it's the Rosicrucian order doesn't cover it for me. That doesn't. It doesn't. It's not good enough. That's like basically saying, well, it was the Freemasons that done it. It doesn't pin it. What I wanted to do is pin it on a character, and then hopefully maybe, who knows, right? Take it from there at least. And I mean, hey, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am, to be honest. Rosicrucian thought became highly influential throughout Europe, and many publications based on or discussing the manifestos were written. It influenced such noble writers as Robert Flood, Michael Meyer, and Alice Ashmole, as well as influencing Freemasonry. I bet it did. So it is now in English. And like I said, hopefully I can get it right. I'd imagine it's going to be quite long, the three of them. So we'll probably look at one live, and then again 2, and then 3, and take it from there. But it's certainly something that we're going to have to get into. For some reason, I'm missing a slide, which I don't like. Man, I hate that. I'm going to have to see if I can find it. You're going to have to bear with me a sec. You might hear that. It's a typhoon taking off. Why am I still hearing rattling? Honestly, that is pissing me off big time. I'm unsure as to what it is. I thought I'd sorted it, but I clearly haven't. Oh, man. Let me see if I can find it here. It would save me time if I can just find it quickly. Rosicrucian societies such as Societas Rosicruciana in Angela, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, and AMORC still operate to this present day with thousands of members worldwide. That's the one that I didn't put in. That bloody noise is completely annoying me now. Honestly, it doesn't take much to annoy me, but there you go, right? So yeah, the Rosicrucians manifestos, certainly one we're going to get into in the future, most certainly. I mean, tonight even, we could see the sun flare, but I'm unsure. I'm unsure what to make of these sun flares that they talk of. I mean, they could basically do anything and blame it on a solar flare, take down the internet like that, Oh, solar flare got it. It's minor this time, but next time it could be gigantic. Think of the panic then, right? I think there will be issues, to be fair. I don't think it'll be major, but going by what they've said, I think there will be some sort of issue. Whether it's natural or not, that is another story. We'll certainly look at anything that does happen if we can. The internet could go down. They did mention that in the article. So that could be something. If internet and the electric could be affected, that could be something that you might want to prepare for, because for the past 2 years, this sun flare situation, it's not gone away. And by what they're saying, talking about an 11-year cycle, it's only going to get more frequent. That's them basically saying, look, it's coming. It's kind of conditioning, preparation. One of these days, they're going to come out and say it's not a minor one, it's a gigantic one. And the whole lot will come down. That might sort of clear the path for a reset of the internet as we knew it. Because that'll happen at some point as well. They're talking about these satellites possibly getting taken out, and they have been seemingly even more frequently in the past. Although I've not heard of any reports of them falling. But again, this could be a situation where they could drop some sort of, I don't know, device or bomb anywhere in the fucking world and say it was a satellite. Or a sat cube or whatever it is they claim to have in low Earth orbit. I mean, it's not. We can't rule anything out, right? I've never heard of a satellite falling anywhere and something blowing up, but the way they're talking about them falling out of the sky now, they could easily say it was a satellite that fell out the sky, and it could be anywhere in the fucking world. And of course, it would likely be some sort of weapon that they have rather than a satellite. I would not rule that out. I don't know if anyone's went down that path before with these so-called satellites that they have. But they are talking about them falling out the sky more frequently. And seemingly there's thousands of them. Because we all remember that time we all got together and we decided that having all these satellites was a great idea. Remember that? Must have missed that one, right? That meeting. Anyway, I didn't want to go too long today. I don't want to keep everyone too long. Like I said, this is kind of an introduction into what a lot more, put it that way, right? And hence why it's the first. But in the next one, it will mainly be focused on what they call the universe and the Rosicrucian manifestos. So if you want to get prepped for that, you could easily look into it as well, and you could exchange information, because we're likely going to get into it next week. Yeah. Is that you calling everyone spanners? Carmel, that's very kind of you, right? Great to have you as well. Yeah. Yeah, well, that seems to be the way they're talking at the moment. I wouldn't rule it out, to be honest. And the fact that it could be anywhere in the world, it kind of makes you think as well. We know how they jump on anything. They capitalize on it. They use it for their own gain. They're masters at deception, without a doubt. I mean, I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but we know they'll pull anything at any time. I kind of get the feeling we're in the process at the moment of a bit of a societal breakdown. Basically, the structure of the world it's in collapse, ready to be reset, and all the solutions just waiting in the wings to be rolled out. Because remember, we all got together and voted on all the solutions, right? Of course, we didn't have to, because people entities like the UN and NATO and the WHO, the British government, the American government, the hidden hand, of course, they all got together and they decide our fate, basically. At least they plan to, right? With the way they're taking it. I mean, when you look about the world at the moment, I mentioned it before, it seems to be a bit, I don't know, it's getting a bit hectic. And I think the best thing people can do is prepare for any given scenario, but mainly no water, no electricity, no food. That's what you want to be focusing on. I think that should be people's. I don't know. I don't know if I want to say priority yet, but it is heading in that way. It really is an orchestrated collapse. We are in it. You want to start getting prepared. You want to start prepping. I mean, of all places in the world to have a water shortage, Scotland. They're talking about the possibility of a water shortage in Scotland. Ah, man. Honestly. Of course, they control the water. So they can switch it off. Yeah, shortage, right? Have to switch it off for a week. Switch it on next week. Welcome to the Hunger Games Society. We are in it big time. And yeah, where did I see Justine's comment there? I mean, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and I know the majority of people here do know, but you really need to start thinking about preparing for any given event where you might have no water as of tomorrow, no electricity as of tomorrow, or unable to get food as of tomorrow. And kind of ask yourself them 3 questions. If the water stops tomorrow, where are you going to get water from? If the electricity stops tonight, what are you going to do for light? How are you going to heat your food? And if you can't get food again, how are you going to feed yourself? That's 3 key points you need to be looking at. And then basically preparing to accommodate yourself or whoever it is you also look after, if you like. You need to have enough to accommodate yourself for, I don't know, as many days as you can. I mean, it would be great to have enough stored away to last yourself and your family for eternity, right? But of course, that probably is never going to be the case, at least for the masses. So you need to be looking at maybe stocking up for stuff that's going to last you a few days at least. And hopefully, if shit does hit the fan, you're not going to have to worry too much and you're not going to be stuck, right? Because that could be dangerous, put it that way. If there's issues with water and food for any period of time, there's going to then become symptoms of that, which will pretty much be, it'll be each man for himself. If the hunger sets in, it won't be long until people turn and become absolutely mental. If not already, right? Anyway, where did I see? Yeah, I wanted to touch on Justine's comment about pilots. Can't find it now. Where did it go? Justine mentioned about pilots or planes. Yeah. There's a video that's going about. It's went viral. And basically, it's some expert saying that, I think it's an expert or what they're calling an expert, saying that the air industry is pretty much done because the people who they got rid of because they would not accept the medical tyranny. But the ones who did accept medical tyranny, they're now unfit for purpose. Talk about a catch-22, right? And again, these industries have walked right into it. If only they had the fucking spine to stand up at the very beginning and say, no, we're not forcing it, we're not doing it, we're not pushing this medical tyranny on our employees at the risk of destroying the whole industry itself. And that is pretty much what's happened now. It's done, it's finished. The air industry, it's finished. Honestly, if you're thinking about flying, I would get it done this year because it's only a matter of time before it's going to be very unlikely. I know there's plenty of people getting about just now, but there is issues as well. Certainly with pilots. Now, I wonder what that could be about, right? Complete mystery as well. And again, it's one of them situations where it's the elephant in the room. We know what it is. We're not stupid. I think today we're live on Odyssey and YouTube and possibly on Twitch or Twitter. But I don't want to go too long. Like I said, this is the first installment. Whoa! Oh man, nearly lost everything there. Laptop the lot. And at least today, I've managed to get the mic working from the start. Not 10 minutes later, right? That always helps. I'm away out tonight, meeting friends, and then also at the football. So I'm likely going to be back later. Busy tomorrow and the next day. And the next day, I think. So I'm unsure when I'm going to be back, but if I get a chance, I will be back again before Friday or on Friday, right? So I've got a few videos as well that I need to get finished. So you might want to look out for that. Let me quickly say hello and goodbye, good night, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be, right? Hopefully you're having a good week so far. Yeah, feel free to hit me up anytime in the comments, on Telegram, on Twitter. I am on Facebook as well somewhere. You can easily hit me up. That would not be an issue. So, thank you very much to Carmel. Good to see you back again. Basically a part of the furniture here at That's Life, but not as we know it. Similar to Rich, of course. Without one, there is not the other. Great to see you two troublemakers back again, right? A pleasure to have you. Yeah, it went quite fast. I was hoping an hour, but we've went a bit over, and I'm not used to doing about 2-3 hours. An hour feels like it's not long enough. So I don't know, but we're a wee bit pushed today. But we've covered it in sort of good time, and sort of connected the guy Kepler back to the Rosicrucian order, which is no surprise whatsoever. All these figures through time who invented this, came up with this, done this, They end up being part of these satanic orders every time without fail. Now, if it was a good thing, it would be all right, but it's not. It never is. It never bears good news for me and you, put it that way. Now, the guy Kepler's theory, or his epiphany that he had while smoking some crack cocaine, while smoking opium with bloody Queen Elizabeth, he had an epiphany where he basically came up with the basis of the universe without even knowing about it or seeing it, of course, right? It just came to him. It just came to him. So this guy came up with this idea, but that then creates another idea. But that then creates another idea, which then creates another idea, all based on this one idea, this one epiphany that some dude had way back in the 16th century. An epiphany was the basis of the universe model that we have today. Because not only was certain movements in regards to the universe and planetary systems brought forward by Kepler, Isaac Newton came up with gravity from it based on Kepler's work. And that, I think, is very fitting indeed, right? And that's one we're going to expand on a bit more next time round, right? So it'll be interesting. I find it quite interesting. And it always kind of fits into place. It's like, yeah, I probably could have predicted that, to be honest. And of course, when it comes to Newton, Isaac Newton, again, he'll be connected to these Masonic orders. And like Elon Musk tweeted, they're all drinking from the same teat, all working for each other. Just like Musk tweeted, only the other day while I was actually making this, which I thought was quite fitting. Where is the tweet? Some of you might not have noticed it. There it goes there. Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Alexander the Great. You could change it with Kepler, Isaac Newton, and I don't know, Neil deGrasse Tyson, for lack of a better name. So let me see. Yeah, hit the like, right? Don't have me chasing you up. Good to see Anthony, who was gutted that he missed the live stream the other day. Do you know this, Anthony? It's no word of a lie. I actually thought about you the other day, and then about a few hours later, you had to put a comment saying that you was gutted that you missed the stream, and I thought, wow, I literally just thought about Anthony because I must have noticed that you weren't there, you weren't about, because usually you're about. But hey, people have got stuff they need to do as well, and I'd much rather people got on with their life. Yeah, we're early today. There's no fooling Richard, right? There's no fooling our brother Rich. Yeah, we're on early today, Rich, and due to me being at the football mainly tonight. But we will be back again. I think it'll be Friday, right? But it is a pleasure to see you, albeit late. Press ups issued 100 to our brother Rich. Good to see you back again. And Justine, always a pleasure. Carmel, yep. And of course, Rich. Hand in hand. Was Isaac Newton's name Fig? Isaac Fig Newton. I don't know, was it? Did he have a middle name? He probably did, actually. Yeah. Isaac Newton is another interesting guy. And of course, he would be connected to these occult orders. They all are, without a doubt. I wish that they weren't. But within a matter of minutes of looking into them, it's pretty clear to see that they are. You don't have to look very far, and you certainly don't have to look far in regards to the guy Kepler, who basically created the universe in an epiphany. And here we are today, right? So, yeah, all hail the Rosicrucian order. Yeah, interesting stuff. So, yeah, good to see Anthony as well. Who else did I see? Jacqueline. What episode are we talking about now? The monorail. Yeah, I remember that one. Quite a funny one, that, right? The monorail episode. What happened? What did we say about it? I'm unsure what got mentioned. But The Simpsons, wow. Total predicting machine, right? A prediction machine. Like a crystal ball. And of course the guy Matt, he'll not be connected to any Masonic orders, right? Satanic occult. Well, yeah. Of course he is. And again, they're putting, much like they said, the Rosicrucian manifestos got accidentally leaked. They probably didn't get accidentally leaked. And like these Simpsons predict stuff by seemingly accident or coincidence, it's not by accident or coincidence. It's deliberate. It's orchestrated. It's the deception, the hidden hand in full swing. I mean, it would be impossible for the Simpsons to just predict the things that they have without some sort of foreknowledge as to what's going on or going to go on. We've touched on Matt a few times in The Simpsons, a few times in the past. We will likely get into them again, without a doubt. So, a pleasure to see everyone. Carmel, Anthony, Wendy B, if you're still about, great to see you back again. Toby in the hood, good to see Toby back again. A great name, Toby. I like the name Toby. I don't know why. If I had another son, possibly, Toby would be certainly a contender. I like the name Toby. Not everyone does, which I like as well. For some reason, I like that. I like names that people don't like. Just to annoy people, right? But I do. I like the name Toby. And Wendy's a beautiful name as well. Justine, a beautiful name. Carmel, again, that is a beautiful name. William, maybe not so much. MCG, where did I see? Another cracking name as well in the hood. Good to see you back again. A pleasure. A regular, a long-term subscriber. I think we've been going about 3 years now on YouTube. So it's been fast. Honestly, it's went by so quick. Thinking back, at least, and I've learnt so much from a lot of different people throughout the year, the 3 years, the many months, the many different videos, all the different content that we've engaged with. It's been great. Honestly, I've learnt so much from people here. And I forgot to get in touch with Ruth today. I should have gave her a message. She would have jumped on the live maybe. But she can catch the replay, hopefully. Whoa, I was nearly away there again. Oh, man. But anyway, thinking back over the 3 years, it's been fantastic. And hey, long may it continue. But we are live on Odyssey today. And that is likely where it's going to go down. Lola, what is it? My daughter Lola. Wanting a magazine. Oh, man. The demanding never ends, right? That was my daughter. She only started speaking verbally not that long ago, which has been amazing, honestly. She's a bundle of joy, an absolute miracle. We were unsure if she would be able to speak, but she certainly can, and you might have heard her a wee bit there, my daughter Lola. She's actually a genius, I kid you not. She is so intelligent. They say because of her autism, she knows other languages. She can speak and translate basically. Spanish. I think even some Arabic language, which is insane in my mind because I can't even read English. I struggle even pronouncing words, but there you go. My daughter's got enough intelligence for the both of us. She is so smart. It's oh, I think that's thunder. I think that was thunder. Just my luck. Thunder and lightning, probably. It's meant to be warm again, but it's blanket cloud. Of course, it will be warm. It'll be hot box. That's the way it'll be. That's the way it's going to be because of the spraying, at least in my opinion. It'll feel like you're in a sauna. Is it a sauna? A steam room, maybe. Is a sauna the right word for that? It's been that long since I've been in anything of the kind. But it'll be like you're in a steam room, even if it's cloudy. And I think we're feeling that already. And that is, from what I can gather, due to the effects of aerosol injection, because they even tell us that that's what it would do. Yet here we are. They've been doing it and we are experiencing it. But of course, they put it down to me and you, the driving, the bacon rolls, right? It's us that done it. Our individual carbon footprint even. Our cradle to grave carbon footprint is what they talk about. That they want to put to zero. They want to put us to zero, pretty much, by the looks of it. Let's not go there, right? Anyway, yeah, sauna that's what it's going to be like. It might only be me that thinks that, but that's the way I'm going to be describing it. And I'll be asking people, yeah, it feels like you're in a sauna, right? And I'll see what they say. Because that's kind of how they described the effects of the negative effects of stratospheric aerosol injection. I think they said calcium and another ingredient, toxin, probably. Who are they trying to kid, right? Anyway, if I missed you, I do apologise. Yeah, I think I just heard thunder as well. And I am heading out, so I better not take my umbrella, right? Took it out like the guidestones. I shouldn't laugh, right? But I tend to, if it's thunder and lightning, I won't go out in it if I can. It doesn't scare me or anything like that, but I just think, nah. I don't want to be seeing anyone getting struck by lightning or anything like that. It's not really a weather you want to be out in. Yeah, I think Richard might be on the money. Yeah, hotbox, yeah. Without a doubt. That's the only way I can describe it. So if you start feeling like that, honestly, consider the spraying. Look at the sky. Look at the weather. Because that'll likely be when it's cloudy. When it's clear, yeah, it's warm, but you don't have the muggy sort of humidy sort of can't breathe feeling that you get you sometimes get in these hot box saunas. I mean, they came out in a Royal Society paper and said that a negative effect of aerosol injection would basically be the overheating of a whole nation, possibly the flooding of a nation. What the hell have they done, right? Honestly, what the fuck are they up to with the weather? Trying to manipulate it. I think they might regret it. You can always tell when it's modified weather. You get an arc for noticing it. The weather's one at least the geoengineering we've covered a few times. We're certainly going to get into it again. So, I guess without further ado, watch out for that plasma. right? I might not be back again after the internet comes down. I reckon, going by what they said, there could be something tonight. There could be activity with satellites, that they call them. The internet, maybe. Right? So if there is, we might get into it. If we can't, we might come back and cover it. We'll keep our eyes peeled. Like I said, today, July 19th, it seems to be quite a key date. So something may go down. I mean, hey, the world that we're in today, shit goes down every day. But something quite key could go down today. It might have actually already happened, but time will tell. We'll have a look back and see what we can see, right? So, until about Thursday night or Friday night, I'd imagine that's probably about it. Thank you again to everyone for jumping in. It always is a pleasure. I'm very grateful to have everyone's time. I always get shocked that people even bother to join, but they do, and I'm very grateful for it. Polar shift, yeah. People have mentioned that. Do you know what? Actually, I'll show you it quickly. The video of basically NASA's projection of this snake of plasma. It's only 4 seconds long, so what I'll do is I'll play it 2 more times, right? So, I mean, they've got all this technology and they're tracking it all the way with their billions and millions and trillions and gazillions of dollars of technology. But yet they're unsure if it's going to hit today or tomorrow or the next day. I find that quite funny, right? Yet they've got this on their graph. They've targeted it to a pinpoint. Boom, hits the earth. And that's from good old NASA. Where would we be without NASA? And there is another thing I wanted to mention as well that I completely forgot about. I should have had a slide to remind me. I think we'll leave it until next time. Has anyone heard of Kepler's jewels? His stone jewels? Not his family jewels. Kepler's jewels, right? We're going to look into them a wee bit as well. The Masonic occult connection there. It never ends. The connections never end, honestly. So, without further ado, look after yourself, right? Get out there. Have fun, honestly. Don't be living in fear for 1 second of the day. Don't do it. If you do it, I'm going to have to come and get you, chase you, hunt you down. I see there's a new series called Hunted, where they hunt fugitives down. I thought that was quite interesting. We might get into that in the future. But yeah, get out there, have a bit of fun. Look after yourself, prioritize, think about maybe, like I said, can you provide for yourself if there is some sort of disaster for at least 24 hours minimum? Preferably up to 4 days, in my opinion. You want to be able to see yourself for 4 days before getting more. Now, I really do hope the day never comes that we are in a situation where there's no electric, there's no internet, there's no food. But let's not hide from the fact that a great reset is in the off. It's happening now. We're in it. At the blink of an eye, it will have fucking happened. Get prepared, right? With that, said, try your best to enjoy yourself. Like I said, get out there, have fun, do what you do that makes you happy, right? And if you want to look into the Rosicrucians, you might want to check out the book that I mentioned. I'm certainly going to be checking it out. And the Rosicrucian manifestos. What? Yeah. Sounds like a political thing, right? Yeah. We'll get into that a wee bit more. So, until next time, that is about it. Bye-bye.
We control the finances, news media, food, transportation, energy. We control everything. It is important that you, as world leaders, keep our program before your country.
The rain. Right. Well, we haven't learned to control the weather yet, but that's something we can look forward to as tomorrow's challenge. Right. We haven't learned to control the weather yet, but that's something we can look forward to as tomorrow's challenge.
Right.
Tomorrow's challenge.
We don't need no stinking badges. Just a little seed makes a big tree, standing on its own, thriving all alone. Just a little seed makes a big tree, grows so high, gonna touch the sky. Just a little seed makes a big tree, spreads roots deep, branches far and wide. Masonic lockdown in your hometown. Masonic lockdown, can you hear me now? From the top down, soul shock down, state shakedown, mass breakdown, global orders, riding over borders. Get behind your doors for the new world order. Dr. Evil and his needle, Dr. Evil with a master plan, a false vaccine, like a bad dream. The plan's a microchip, every woman, child and man. The plan's to chip us all, to have complete control, the land, the sky, your soul. Peace like silence in the snow. Free to do exactly as you're told. Obey, consume and die. And up to heaven for your pie up in the sky. Sleepwalking, dreaming. and 2 is 5. Excuse me while I mention the strategy of tension, mass mind manipulation, psychological operation, the general population hypnotized right in front of your eyes. Drama and lies, look into my eyes. Just a little seed makes a big tree, standing on its own, thriving all alone. Just a little seed makes a big tree, grows so high, gonna touch the sky. Just a little seed makes a big tree, spreads roots deep, branches far and wide. Masonic lockdown in your hometown. Masonic lockdown, can you feel me now? Masonic lockdown, soul shocked down, stay shakedown, a mass breakdown. Put your muzzle on, get back in your basket, get behind your doors, cause living here is drastic. Dr. Evil and his needle, Dr. Evil with a master plan, a false vaccine, like a bad dream. The plan to microchip every woman, child and man. The plan to chip us all, to have complete control, the land, the sky, or soul. Na 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 na, 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 na na na.
We're taking things that are genetically modified organisms and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein. But you don't have a choice. People act like you have a choice.